Look at it. It's still attached to the sun. And when you watch the footage, it's moving. It's moving around. I if you if you remember when we read the NIH, the NCIB, how they were describing a black cloud, and if it would get near the sun, it would change into a disk so that it could get more energy. That means that it is a shapeshifter. It can take on any shape it wants, but this right here at the sun, we've been watching it. It's been in the same spot since around the 24th of August, okay? And now it's the 28th. And even on the 29th, it's still attached to the sun, but it's moving. If it had a mouth, you'd see its mouth going like that. The rings, it's like rings. Rings. We're gonna go over to it, you all, because it's wild. It's really, really wild. And let me put this on the live chat. Hello there, Abdullah. Let me put this over here. I've gotta let the screen quit blinking, and then we're gonna go to it. We're gonna look at it because there's something. This really does need documented. Is what it needs. It needs to be documented, and it's going to be documented. All right, you're going to see it. We're going to watch it. It's let's look at it right here. You watch it, you watch it close. Can you see it moving down there? If it had a mouth, it's like it's wild. It's so wild. This is the SDO AIA 171 product of NASA. It's under the SDO tab. Look at that, you all. That's not plasma. That's not a CME. It's like a life form. It doesn't appear, perhaps there's not as many of these long filaments now attached, because it seems like as the sun keeps rotating, they're getting stretched that way. They're getting pulled that way. And maybe whatever this is, it's trying to completely break loose. Can you see that, you all? That looks wild. It looks so wild. It looks like a ship. And yet, what if it's a great big tubular being? What if it's a bunch of those disc-shaped UFOs that are like organic and stuff in nature, and it's expanded like a slinky or something, and it's trying to break free. Be the light. It feels alien-like, and it feels like it's not an earthly origin, you all. It's what it feels like. It's much bigger, but we just can't see the whole rest of it, you all. We can't. Just how can you all see it? I can't make it. Well, it wouldn't matter if I made it bigger, because I don't think we'd get a better image of it. That's right. It's extremely interesting. And Now, really, if it's like a black cloud and it stops near the sun like they suggested and turned itself into a disk to order to get the energy, but it looks like these things don't want to let go. It does. That's what it looks like. And looking at this thing right now, it really does look like a great big tubular like thing. Just think if we could see it completely, you all. Totally without all of the filtering they got on it, you all, because could you imagine the clarity? Now you know that they at NASA and other need to know bases of extraterrestrial life and UFOs, they get to see this in real time, and they get to see exactly how it looks without the yellow filter, is what they get to do. Hello, you all. Right here is where it's attached. We've been tracking it since the 24th of August. And I initially thought this is like a great big round ball. I don't know. The way it's moving, it could be in rings. Could be like a giant caterpillar in the sky or something, you are. Like a gigantic centipede-like thing. Well, it could be like a big gigantic centipede-like thing, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say. It just doesn't look normal. It don't. It's been attached since the 24th. That's how long it's been attached when I first documented it. This is from the 25th. That's some pictures of it from the 25th. Is trying. Look how perfect this oval hole is right there. So that was the 25th. But let's yeah, and it went before the 25th. It went late on the 24th, and now it's the 28th, and it's like if it's being held, it still has not broken free from it. It's like something has got a hold of it. They mined the earth for the gold. You thought you remembered them saying they were going to mine our sun. Yeah. Country boy, we're looking at this sun again. And what is attached to the sun, it's still there. It hasn't left. And there's more movement. It looks like it's got a mouth that opens up. Could you imagine if it was like a great big gigantic tubular entity? Or, yeah, I think I'd rather look at it as round organic disc shape ships that are like beings. The beings and the ship are one. I think I'd rather like to think of it that than a great big tubular like thing. I can't look at it. I can't, because it looks like it's got a big mouth. It really does. It looks like a mouth is opening up. Can you see that? It looks like a mouth is opening up, you all. Let me make it a tad bit bigger. I want you to see it. I do. Looks like a mouth is opening up. I know I've got it really big now. Let me make sure I got it big for you. Watch it. Oh, can you see it? Yeah. The sun trying to make a new baby. Well, that's a different thought. It is. You can see the movement. Gosh. I don't think it's getting longer. But those things, those filament tube like things are like stretching sideways now. You know those sylphs, when you look up in the sky and you see those wispy looking feathery clouds that they call sylphs? Well, this slightly looks like one of those with all the beams or whatever it is coming off the side of them, but there's much more to it. The body, whatever this is, it does have like a body. Even if it's a body of a craft or UFO, it has a more of a body than what we're able to see. You all, it's like it's moving like that. It is like throbbing. Yeah, it is. A filament hydra. If it's a filament hydra, it's an gigantic being. Whatever it is, it is enormous, you all. And first I thought it was a big round being. Can you see its mouth moving, you all? On there? You know, if it had like a mouth, like a moving like that. Like if you had an oven, like a puppet, how you would use your finger puppets to open their mouths and stuff like that. If it's eating something, I don't know what it's eating. I don't, because what out there in space could it eat? It's too fascinating. It really is too fascinating. It's very mesmerizing looking at it, trying to figure out what on earth that is. What on the sun it is, you all. What on the sun. It stayed in this exact same position too, right above the 8. You know, 202208. It stayed in this position. Even as the coronal holes on the sun rotated, it stayed in this position since the 24th. It did not move at all. And that's what is very surprising. And if it did not move at all, that means these filament tubes that are coming from the sun, they look like they're coming from behind it or something, or inside it as the sun rotates. How can that be? Really, how can it be? Because these spots have rotated around the sun, and this stayed in the same space. We went over that last night, the exact same space. It has not moved at all, and it's like it's in stasis, is what it is. Like it's in stasis, and it's just, time keeps ticking. Like a black hole or something, the way it looks, a lower gravity. Jiwana, we're all going to die one day. Maybe not. Maybe some of us will get taken out of here and we won't experience death. But that looks really, really strange. This is the whole sun. Look at that. The rest of the sun goes slow. It does. I got to move it like this. The rest of the sun goes slow, but that one down there, no. It's just like, it's wild. It's so wild, you all. And in the meantime, we got like gigantic solar flares coming out of that. Let me show you. Gigantic solar flares coming out of that part right there. I took a picture of it. Right here. This is on the 28th today. You can see it. Boom, another straight beam of light coming up, and then just like that. See, see the ring on it? It reminds me of some of the UFOs. The UFO that I took by the observatory, it had rings on it like this. It did. And they had the ability to expand on the sun, and they were expanding, but they were fully attached to the sun. They weren't had this they didn't have this filament tubes attached to them at all. They didn't like this. This is like see, this is kind of like a ring, and then this is a ring too, attached to the sun, but there is no filament tubes attached to these. They're just there, and you can see they expand like a bulb, and then there's more behind it. And the scientists said that they were trying to repair the sun or heal the sun, the great big massive ships, and there was lots of these little ships that showed up. This is the picture I took that literally, it was around the time the observatory shut down, and they said it was because of the UFOs that showed up. And they were saying I work for the FBI and stuff and all of that, you all. But this right here, yeah, it's wild. I'm supposed to be showing these pictures of what that sun looks like with the solar flare. I am. Had the solar flare right here, and the rings right here. You can see it's still attached right here. Look at the very fine filaments right here coming down. No, wait a minute. Look like teeny tiny windows in here. It probably isn't. It's just my imagination. But you can see like a round curvature of an object right here. The 28th. Here it is again from another angle. It's mind-boggling. It really, that thing is mind-boggling, you all, and it's so mesmerizing. If you look at it, it will put you in a trance, is what it will do. It will put you in a trance, you all. Look at it. Oh, shoot. Gina, honey, you should not have said look at it, because it was going to show you. Oh, it's still bouncing. It's bouncing, you all. Still bouncing. And it's still attached to the sun. Will it? If this thing, now, whatever this is, if this thing comes unhinged from the sun, unattached from the sun, on, let's see, on September the 2nd, or 3rd, because they say there's going to be a Rapture event on the 3rd, which would be around, they said 12:01 a.m. on the 3rd. And I'm keeping watch of it. I wonder if this thing will still be attached at that time, whatever it is. Yeah. And someone said the 28th would be Judgment Day. Well, it's the 28th, and I haven't seen no judgment happen, so that didn't come to pass. Now we only have one more significant time date to look at. I'm going to feel like I got to sneeze, you all. I don't want to sneeze. I'll just go like this. Keep myself from sneezing. Yeah, I'm going to watch. How long is this thing going to attach itself to the sun or be held at the sun? That's all I'm saying. Michigan here, yeah. I'm not going to be on here too long, you all, because I really made myself tired. And looking at that it's so relaxing. It just puts me in a daze. It really does, looking at that. Because it is absolutely continuous. It's almost, oh my gosh, it's almost, William, honey, thank you. It's almost like midnight. Well, it ain't almost midnight. It's like it's 11:40, 10:40 at night, and I'm trying to figure out what this is. We'll find out one way or another, and we'll find out how long it stays to the sun. Stays attached to the sun, you all. Yeah, I hope it's not being held against its will. If it's being held against its will, I would hope that it is a good thing, that this would be a good ship or a good entity right here. And if this was the bad ones, I would hope that it could break free. But if it's a great big gigantic tubular like being, do they got any sci-fi movies about a great big tubular being? Let me put this in here, you all. I'm going to try to get this down here. Put that GSFC right there. Let me put this description here, because I didn't do it the last time. I forgot. Let me see. Space being, alien, caterpillar, tube, being. No, these are just normal caterpillars. An alien tube, alien tube being. No, I don't see any, you all. All I see is I don't see any at all. So maybe it's not alien tubular life form. We're not going to look at it at all. That's okay. Yeah, we're over here on the SDO AIA 171 today, and this has been attached to the sun for 4 days now, since the 24th of August. It may have even been attached there before. Let's go look. Let's go to the 24th. We'll just see if it's going to be there on the 24th, because it doesn't take that much time to go back and look. Yeah, 4 days. We're going to see if it's on there. It's loading. You can see it's loading right now, but it'll start blinking. So when it starts blinking, I'm going to push it back to me. It's just loading, y'all. We're going to look at it. When it's done blinking, doing the blinkety blink. Okay. So you can see these filaments. They're reaching down for something right now. That's on the 24th. There's something down there. Oh, shoot. There's something down there because it's a solid base, but we can't see. I can see like maybe like a flat disc. Two of them maybe, you all. If we were to go on the 25th, let's just push it. Why not, you all? We go, let it come back. You caught a tube-like being with wings. Christine Mott, they don't do you right. They do not do you right at all when they don't notify you. Well, sometimes they do that. They do. We'll get ready to come back over here, you all, because it's getting ready to quit its blinking. Okay. see it's still, look, see the 08? These filaments, they covered it up. These filaments, tubular filaments, there's this, it's underneath there, is what it is. There, it looks like something is layered, completely layered. It could be all kinds of like disc-like beings layered underneath there. And these are still attached. They've been here. So it's the 28th today, and it's still in that same spot as it was on the 25th, you all. Something's going on. Did I flip that over there? Okay, yeah, I see it moving. Yeah, something's going on, you all, at the sun. And we're just going to keep an eye on it. And I would encourage you all to do it too. And you can go over there and you can watch it. So with that being said, I'm going to go. And hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And Christine, Mott, honey, Gina, honey, sleepy. I got to go to bed. You are mad. Christine, honey, you just going to have to get over it. And don't you hold on to that anger. You need to go you need to go sleep. You do. I need to get some sleep myself. I've been going nonstop all day long. That's okay. I can do it. Yeah. Yeah, you go to sleep, Christine. Good night, everyone, and thank you for watching. We are going to keep a lookout on this right here, whatever it is attached to the sun, because it's going on a long time. And I'm just wondering, will it be detached around the 2nd of September or before? And I'm waiting for that day. 12:01 a.m. on the 3rd. You know what I should do? I should try to make myself stay up and do a live video. I should see if anything's happening at 12:01 a.m. on the 3rd. Really should. I might. It all depends, you all. Yeah, I'm not going to make no promises. I might probably be in bed trying to sleep. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you once again. Love you.